As I walked in, I found someone to be a great master. Who was it?
Mark.
Mark. You had a great master, and what I liked is that you have your badges for every member. So every member is wearing a badge. Did you start on time? You did. I'm not a great fan, I tell you, personally. Now, the purpose of my evaluation is to make a point to the role player and teach the audience a lesson. I'm not a great fan of the timings part. You can begin on time, but if you enjoy the meeting, you don't mind, please sit down there. I'll take some time. Now, the reason I'm telling her to sit down is because I don't want to show my back. And remember, as a speaker, never, ever show your back to a single person in the audience. Why is that? Eye contact is very important. What is the meaning of eye contact actually? What does it signify? There's a meaning attached to the eye contact. It means basically, thank you very much for coming for the meeting. I love to have you here. Without you, I am nothing. What is the use of me coming and speaking on stage if you are not present? Give them lots of value coming to the meeting. In return, what will they give you? They'll give you importance. It's a two-way process. What I would suggest, I believe I was a guest once upon a time. And we had only 3 clubs, I'll tell you, 2003, when I joined. The 3 main clubs were Dubai Toastmasters, City of Gold, and Star of Arabia. One of the clubs, Star of Arabia, I was welcomed. I was treated like, somebody great, although I wasn't. And I joined that club. What about you? We were all guests once upon a time. Treat the guests. Today, you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 guests. Give them a placard, a name tag, badge also, with the guest written on that. And secondly, what I would suggest is, you are the one who put the Toastmasters promise, right? With the exception of our CGD. Don't answer this. What does number 8 of the Toastmasters promise tell? What does it say? Anybody remember? Number 8. You give him a big round of applause. You're very attentive. You have your listening skills up. Bring guests. Guests is what makes Toastmasters, basically. Treat them well. And now what I would like to see at the end of the meeting, you have a welcoming committee. Whenever I travel a lot. I visit Toastmasters Club. One of the things I've seen there is that they have a welcoming committee in place. Please set it up. A welcoming committee. Make sure that the president is at the door and welcomes not only the members, but the guests also. Give them lots of importance. Because without guests, they become members. Members will come and go. So my suggestion, have a welcoming committee at the end. When I travel, I see at the end of the day, they have a welcoming committee among 3 of them. They get all the guests together and they tell what is told, etc. The second part was, we had the, you are good, but little more energy I want to see. I don't know why, today you were looking a bit subdued. It happens. But no matter what we are, whatever problems we have, we should leave it behind the door as we enter it and get that energy. Sergeant at Arms, I think you have done a great job, but Sergeant at Arms sensed that, who was the Sergeant at Arms? You set the tone for the meeting. Power, power, power. Have a high-pitched voice and set the tone for the meeting so that the president, even if feeling subdued, comes here and speaks with power. Then we had the word of the day. I think you did a good job in filling up the gap, philanthropy, etc. By the way, you didn't mention about me, what I have to say about philanthropy.
What do you have to say?
We'll come to that later. Next, we had the education session. I won't talk to you about it because in 2004, I remember all my Toastmasters meetings usually because I always cherish them. It's like, I liked to attend the meetings, and I remember the person did not do a general evaluation on that particular person because the person was not present in the meeting. So I will follow the same, except for one. I was just eager to understand how does he manage to be with his wife at the same time do the Toastmaster, which I'm still struggling today to do. And that is a secret I will try to find out later on. But I think he did a wonderful job. Pathways, he reinforced whatever we know and took us to another level. And what I liked about it was he was sincere, very passionate about it. Speaking from the heart. After all, from the overflow of the heart, the mouth speaks. Next one we had was the speakers. The speakers, I will not talk much about the speakers because the evaluators have already spoken about that. So let me go back. One thing I did like, Toastmaster Jayesh, what I liked about you is that you were explaining the guest, whatever. And I didn't find it distraction. I enjoyed that distraction, I must say, because you took the time to explain to him, etc. Let us follow the example what Jayesh did. When I go abroad, many of you don't know I'm a member of a Toastmasters club in London also. I spend half my time there. What do? They have a placket like this. Oh, sorry. And they write down guest. And next to the guest sits a senior Toastmaster and explains. And I've invariably seen that the guest become the member of that club. Try it. We need members. We need to fill this room, I tell you, with members. Try it out. It will work. And if it doesn't, please call me and tell me. But I'm certain it will work. Next is Mirka. Before I forget, where do you get your energy from? Drinking water? Amazing energy. And besides the amazing energy, how do you remember in detail Burj Khalifa to whatever, to the palms and whatever places that you visited? Amazing memory to detail that you explained. And there are a lot of things about you I liked, as well as the role players. You set the tone. You got them engaged by asking them about luxury items, etc., etc. To be honest, at this age, I don't have any luxury things to think of other than my wife, whom I consider luxury. Because to have one is easy, to maintain one is difficult. That's a luxury. I'm getting philosophical, I think. Next, what we have, I think previous speeches, all the speakers spoke well. I really liked the confidence that you had and the way you came and you delivered your speeches. You have mentors for mentees assigned. I think your mentors did a fantastic job, whoever they are. And I was amazed, right from, where's the P1 who gave? A tall Nigerian, to the second person who took me to Oman and back. I recently did a trip, and to the third person, you touched my heart, for certain personal reasons, which I wouldn't like to share at the moment. But all three speeches, in my opinion, were great. But let me talk about the evaluators straight away. One thing I would like you to remember, all the three speeches, is that you put your personal story in, yes. Important thing, you have the love for the topic, this is the second part, because it comes from your heart. And the third and the most important part you remember is my speech the need for the audience? Is it the audience needs? If it is not connect, there'll be a discussion. Now let me go back to the evaluator number 1. I have made some notes because I tend Lakshya. Lakshya, I think you came in front, showed your back. Please remember that. You have what you can do maybe, it happens to me also. I tend to drift, I get carried away. Mention when you speak, this is a speaking area, so that they remember and stress on it. Toastmasters, this is the speaking area. And just draw a line. You spoke of, one of the things I was told many years ago is, Leo, when you give your evaluation, give examples with feedback, so that the role player, the speaker, knows exactly what he or she has to do. Try it. Please sit down. Why are you punishing yourself standing there? Try it. Give examples with feedback. Because the speaker doesn't know. If you say the speech was great, what was great about the speech? 1, 2, 3. For example, I can give you choices of words, added dimension. What are the choices of words you felt that added dimension? Just mention 1, 2, 3, whatever. High tones and low tones, you spoke about it. How do you handle high tones and low tones? Very simple, give him a feedback. I would have, to handle the high tones and low tones, I would suggest you start on a high pitch. You have do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do, 7. Start on a high pitch and then try to